Meteorologist Mike Slifer with us now. We were able to avoid that snow, at least for today, that nasty winter weather, but we had the cold. But really, it's going to be what's coming next, right, Mike?
Sean, tomorrow just looks brutal in all aspects of it. It's not going to be super cold for a lot of us, but the impacts from this storm are going to be significant for the entire state of Maine and New Hampshire. So let's talk a little bit about what's going on right now. Here's our storm, a big dry slot here through southwestern Virginia and into western North Carolina. Very complicated forecast near West Virginia, where there's some warm air intrusion, but to the other side of the Appalachian Mountains, we've got cold air locked in place. We've been able to track the northward advancement of this into New York State over the last several hours, and we're not going to be too far behind. By the time we go on air tonight after Sunday Night Football, we will likely be showing a much different radar image than what's behind me right now. It's quiet and clear in Maine and New Hampshire, but in about 6 to 8 hours, that's all going to change. Temperatures are going to be in the single digits and teens out ahead of this storm. We may actually even see temperatures climb a little bit before the precip kicks in. Shortly after midnight, we get our first flakes across central New Hampshire and western Maine. At the coastline, I do expect this to be snow at the onset. So it's going to be a bit of heavy snow before the switch to rain happens. That happens in York, Cumberland, and parts of Sagadahoc, and maybe even Knox and Lincoln counties as early as about 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Notice temperatures near 40 degrees in Sanford. Just on the other side of that, though, it is going to be dumping snow across parts of the Maine Turnpike. Lewiston and Augusta are going to be dealing with heavy snow through the morning commute tomorrow. Freiburg area 2, US 302 corridor is going to have some rapid changes from rain in Portland up to heavy snow, borderline whiteout conditions in Freiburg. Snow begins in Bangor right around 7 o'clock tomorrow too, so even eastern parts of Maine are going to be dealing with some tough travel for the morning commute. That rain snow line keeps pushing inland, but I think that most of what falls in western Maine is going to be snow. By the time the warm air gets in, we'll be done with the moisture. Not the case down east though, where some heavy rain follows up the snow, likely starting around 1 o'clock tomorrow in the afternoon. Behind this system, we do clear out maybe some lingering snow showers into Tuesday. I showed this map earlier. Here's the zoomed in version of the snow map. I want to focus a little bit on what's going on across western Maine. 8 to 12 inches in this area that includes parts of central New Hampshire. So great for a lot of the ski mountains. 4 to 8 inches, Lewiston, Augusta, Waterville, Pittsfield, down through New Gloucester to Leamington and interior sections of York County. At the coastline, a coating to 2 inches before the rain does eventually win out. And I do think that's going to happen quickly along the entire coastline from Kittery all the way to Lubec. Machias, Beddington, likely only a coating to 2 inches, 2 to 4 inches Bangor to Lincoln, 4 to 8 inches north of Lincoln into Millinocket, and 8 to 12 inches possible along 201 from Jackman through the Forks down to Skowhegan and into the Katahdin region. The other big piece to this is wind gusts. At the coastline, gusts 50 to 60 miles per hour possible tomorrow through the morning and into the early afternoon. Even a little inland, we're talking gusts 35 to 50 miles an hour, Bangor, Augusta, Lewiston included, with a second area in the mountains where gusts could hit 35 to 50 miles an hour, which means we could be talking about power outages. I do expect outages, especially along the mid-coast of Penobscot Bay and coastal areas down east. In the yellow here, power outages certainly possible, if not likely. And again, across some of the higher peaks, I think we'll have a second area where power outages become an issue. Last but certainly not least, during the high tide tomorrow, 9 a.m. to noon, coastal flooding is possible, and it could be bad enough that there might be some road closures across parts of York and Cumberland counties. So what happens behind all this? Arctic air returned. It's going to be cold and windy on Tuesday with a second, much weaker, much less impressive storm by Wednesday. The marine forecast for tomorrow's impressive to say the least. 12 to 17 foot waves in the morning, growing 17 to 22 feet in the afternoon. Wind gusts to 60 knots possible tomorrow. We clear out and we're breezy on Tuesday. We've got that chance for flakes Wednesday and Thursday. And it's going to be cold on Friday and Saturday yet again. Possibly the coldest that we've seen so far this season. Third time we're saying that over the course of just a couple of weeks. And Sean, I don't even want to say this right now, but there are some signals that we could have yet another significant storm sometime in the Sunday to Monday time frame late next week.
It's been a busy winter for you, Mike. Thank you.